Recording in progress.
Hello and a very good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the ICAI Foundation classes. Today's session is going to be on note making. Okay, Ritu, that's okay. Now I think it's there on the YouTube. You can check it out. Yeah. A very good morning to all of you. And the one request that I have to all of you is to keep posting as and when the tasks are given. And also do not sign off without giving your feedback, because that's really, really important. I want to know whether whatever I'm saying is new for you, is challenging, is useful, and whether you will remember it so that it helps you score really well, not only for the foundation, but also in your main course exam. You call it the inter and then the final, so that you come out with flying colors. And you remember, because what is given as fundamentals in the foundation study material is for a lifetime. For example, the resume writing, the meetings and greetings, the letter writing, the report, the mail. These are communication that are used, at workplaces. So it is English at workplace and it's called business English. That's why foundation English is very, very, very important for you. Now, let me go on to share just give me a minute and I will share my PPT. Yeah. Yes, and here we go. Yeah, so here we are. This is the question paper pattern. Totally, it's for 40 marks. It has 5 parts each. And every part has a 5-mark question. That's a long writing answer, long written task. And then you have 5 other questions for grammar, vocabulary. And short answer questions. That's from the communication chapter. So the rest 15 marks will be for grammar, vocabulary, and short answer questions, which may not be more than 1 or 2 marks. Now, note making comes under study skills. Now, what is study skill? You are in the prime time of your youth when you have to learn really, really well so that you get good placements and good jobs. Okay, that's the fundamental thing why you really want to study. And how do you study? All of us have been studying, say, up to class 12. The way we know, not that we really knew or somebody taught us how to study. What is important, right? So I have a list of these study skills. This is also there in your study material. This list is to help you understand how to study your core subject, which is voluminous. You have, after you finish your foundation, the inter, you have to read volumes of text to go for the exam. In fact, that is one challenging thing that makes it difficult for candidates to get good ranks, because some of them, or maybe even most of them, don't know the skills to study really well. Those of them who really do well are the ones who are able to study well, and therefore they score well. Now, it is with this good intention that Foundation English has study skills. Now, there's something that I want to let you know, very important, that you will not be tested in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these skills. Note making alone will be tested. Therefore, it becomes very important. All the same, we will also talk about these skills so that you are able to use 1 or 2 of these to study your core text, to study your core material, so that you are able to read and understand well. You're able to remember and retain, and then you're able to write and score really well. I mean, that's the whole process. Okay, now let's go one by one. We call it flowchart, mind mapping, ray diagram, spidergram, note taking. Now, these are skills that are not tested. These are given to you for you to be aware of the study skills so that you are able to use these to learn really well. Okay, some you may be knowing and more you must be knowing all of them, just that you may not be using them for your learning, right? So therefore we have it here. It is to make you aware that this is the way you must study so that you are able to remember. Quick revision can happen if you can have these notes the way they are, so that one glance at it will help you recall whatever you have read. Okay, now let's go one by one. Do we need study skills for success? Yes. It helps revision. It helps organization of facts. It helps master the art of large volumes of text quicker and helps in saving time. It facilitates recall and retention. Now, here is a flow chart, okay, where you have from the top to the bottom the three or four important text. The text that is written inside is just for a sample. That's not useful for you. Just to show that this is the flow chart where you write one below the other based on their priorities. You also branch them out depending on what your text is. Now, this is the way the flow chart is. How do you do it when you study? It's just easy. When you study, jot down the most important points. And if you have to remember, the sub points, you can mark them on the sides. So one glance at that page will let you know the 4 points that are very important that you need to prioritize while you study. And therefore, flowchart helps. Now, make a flow chart of the process of completing the CA course. Completing the CA course. What is on the top? CA final. Then draw a flow chart in your notebooks quickly and then post done in the chat box. Make a flow chart of the process of completing the CA course. Quick. So we start off with CA final and then go down to the next things. Quick. I'll give you 2 minutes on that. Once you finish, you may post done. Or maybe you can even post in the chat box as 1, 2, 3, 4, so that I know that you've understood how a flowchart works. Super. Aryan, Shruti, I'm waiting for all of you to post. I said 2 minutes and I'll wait for 1 more minute. Quick. As I said, these study skills are just for your awareness and will not be tested in your question paper. Only note making will be tested. Yeah, super. Yes, Pramod, you're right. Foundation. Yes, that's a flow chart where you have it one after the other. Sometimes when you have the chronological text, it's easier to make a flow chart so that you remember the day and the date and the year. That will help you remember. It's a chronological sequence. Yes. Manmohan, Reshma, Tamania, Panja, Asif, Akshata, Ayushi, Manish, Yashraj, Yash, Arpi, Aditya, Ritu, Aryan, Dimple, Pramod, Shruti, Aryan. Yeah. Quick, I want all of you to post so that I know that all of you are following me. You're on the same page. Yeah. Himanshu, Shakti, Bhumi, Samina. Okay, now let me move on. This is called a ray diagram, where you write the theme or the topic in the middle and you branch off, okay, into these sub points. And you can also have sub points with more branches, so that you cover a whole chapter with just one ray diagram. Make a ray diagram with barriers of communication. Let me see if you can do it. Do it in your notebook because it's not possible here in the chat box. Make a ray diagram with barriers of communication. So in the middle, you will write barriers of communication and then branch them out into those sub-points. And then you can have sub-points also, depending on the points that you're writing. Quick, I'll give you 2 minutes on that. Yeah, I will wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, we have 1 more minute. Quick. Yes, Bharat, Srikanth, yeah, Samina, yeah. Quick, I'm waiting for all of you to post done after you finish making the ray diagram. So this is to help you understand how these study skills can help you for your revision, for your understanding, for retention. Because communication chapter is based on short answer questions. So such diagrams will help you remember. Yeah, done. Okay, let me move on now. Now this is called a web diagram. Okay. So you have the theme, the title in the middle, and then you have these sub points. Okay. And then you have the branches in detail. This is called a web diagram or a spidergram. Suppose you are writing an article or a report and you start writing, what will happen is you will sometimes miss out on the essentials and write irrelevant stuff. In order to avoid that, you can have a web diagram the moment you see the title of the question. Put that in the middle. Whatever comes to your mind at random, fill them, branch them out like this, and then put those details here. You can also have vocabulary, special vocabulary that you want to use. Okay, so you can number them. Say 1, 2, 3, 4 based on priority and leave out the irrelevant stuff. That will help your writing, say your essay or a report or an article, very, very coherent, one after the other, in a neat logical sequence. So the web diagram is very, very good for writing. It's also good for your own reading. Say one page which has plenty of points to remember. Whelan spoke of the same kind. Yeah, that is about communication, right? Priyanka, why the question mark? I don't understand. Anyway, now you can put the title in the middle and branch them off like this. And then the details on the side branches will help you remember one whole chapter or an important part of the chapter. That's how web diagram helps. Now look at this. Write an article on the status of pandemic today in India. Use a web diagram. So in the middle, you will write status of the pandemic. Okay. And then branch them out to the different things. Quick. I'm going to wait for you. I'll give you 3 minutes for this because you have plenty to write. Very quickly. Now it's 11:14. I'll give you 3 minutes. And once you're done, post done. Write an article on the status of pandemic today in India. So the theme in the middle will be status of pandemic in India. Quick, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, we have 2 more minutes. Pandemic is this COVID, right? Epidemic is something that is located in one region or one country. But a pandemic is globally, a disease that affects globally. Bharat, did you get it? Examination, don't do it. We don't expect diagrams. Okay. Of course, while you write an article or a report, you can put this as a rough diagram on the top of when you start writing, and then say it is rough so that examiners don't mark it. That's just for your own reference. Quick, and you have 1 more minute to go. Yeah. Only 4 of you have done. Himanshu, Asif, Aisha, Bharat, Asta, Dimple. Quick. Yeah, I'll wait for a minute more. You must be able to write quickly because this is something for practice, right? Quick. Okay, now let me move on. Okay, this is another one. Write a report on work from home and use a web diagram for the rough draft. Okay, this is called mind mapping. Okay, this is the next one. So write the title in the middle, branch them off into their subpoints, and then you still branch them out to their different subpoints. Now, you understand mind mapping? This is called mind mapping. Can you map the communication chapter now? Very quickly. Can you map? I'll show you the mind mapping. I'm sure all of you know what it is, but I don't know if you have been using this to study. Okay. So quickly map the communication chapter now. So how do? You write communication in the middle. That's what I've done here for you. And then you branch them out. So what's the first one you have? You have types of communication. No, even before that, you have the oral and the written communication, then types of communication, then networking, then effective communication, then barriers of communication, right? This is note making, Tushar, but we are only revising, helping you understand how to mind map, how to do a web diagram, how to, do a ray diagram. It's just to help you revise your own chapters. We are doing note making. Now, these are study skills that come under note making, or note making comes under study skill too. Therefore, we are revising this. Yeah, you have verbal, non-verbal, visual. Yes. Quick. I will give you 2 more minutes. You map it out. You don't make a chart for this, Asif. You have to map it out. Like I showed you the diagram, how it looks, right? 1 more minute to go. Yeah, okay. I hope all of you are doing it so that you really understand, how these can help you study really well. Okay. Yeah, we move on. So this is called a tree diagram. A tree diagram which has branches. Same way you write the theme in the middle and then you branch it out. How to build vocabulary. This is useful to build vocabulary. Suppose it's say work from home, right? You write work from home and write down words and phrases that you think will be useful or will relate to this title, work from home. Now come on, post in the chat box vocabulary that you can associate with work from home. For example, work from home, you have an office in the kitchen. It can be words, it can be phrases, okay? Office in the kitchen, on the dining table, maybe. Yeah. Then computer, laptop, Wi-Fi, connectivity, Zoom meetings, Google Meet, Teams, Microsoft Teams, Blue Jeans. Then what else? Quickly post in the chat box words that we can associate with work from home. Yeah, networking is something that I said. Quick. More. Tiring for the eyes. The eyes get tired. Sick of networking and Zoom meetings. Then Play Store, Zoom Meets, yeah, Microsoft, Excel. So Microsoft, it's called Teams. Okay. Quick. I will wait for a minute. I want words that you can relate to work from home. That's just to elicit vocabulary. Quick. Virtual meeting, super. Physical meeting, virtual meeting. We did not have virtual meeting earlier, right? Vision problem, yeah, headphones, Zoom meeting. Headaches, shirt and blue jeans, Shruti. When I said blue jeans is a networking like Zoom, an app like Zoom that helps you meet up with people. It's not about shirt and blue jeans, okay? Pens, coffee, yeah. Online booking, online marketing, document sharing, eye stretching, help, super. Yeah. So this is how you think of vocabulary when you need to write so that your writing is at an advanced level. What do I mean by advanced level? When I say in the primary level, suppose a teacher gives a composition as to write about your pet. A primary kid would write like this: my pet is a dog. My dog's name is. My dog can run fast. My dog eats only biscuit and cakes. My dog is. So that is a primary level. How would an advanced level writer write? Say, many people are fond of pets and I am fond of the dog. Okay. My Johnny is a versatile animal. It can help at home. It can play with me. It can, really guard our, yeah. So that's at an advanced level. So if you have to make your writing at an advanced level, you have to elicit good vocabulary so that your writing is really, really good. Yeah, loungewear. Yes, Reshma. Okay, now let's move on. Create a mind map on the barriers. We've done this, so I'm not going to waste. Do you know what is note taking? Note taking is taking down notes randomly as and when you hear something is good for you. Okay. Now, this is not legal. This is not a document that you can share with anybody officially. This is just for your own reference. See, whenever I sit at a meeting, I start noting down all that I listen to. But that doesn't mean that all of them are important. In case I need a reference, in case I need to go back to see what exactly happened during the meeting, then I refer to it and then it's forgotten. Okay, that is note taking, which is non-official, which is not a document to be shared, and which is at a very, very random writing and at the writer's comfort level. It could be mind mapping, it could be ray diagram, it could be web diagram, it could be random notes written all over the page. Okay, now I'm going to give you a task, note taking. I want you to note down. Whatever you feel is important, whatever you hear is important. Okay, this is note taking. Now, is a random thing and not processed or active reading and writing. These are like doodling or scribbled notes, not organized or structured and can't be shared. Whereas note making is a skill. Listen carefully and take notes. Now, I'm not going to talk about note making. This is note taking. Yes, it's called note taking. This is not official. This is not a document to be shared. This is just for you, your own personal use. Now, I have a video, a 3-minute video, not more than that. I want you to take notes and then post in the chat box, or as you listen, post in the chat box words, phrases, or ideas that you think are important. Okay, these are just random notes. You don't have to worry about it. Post in the chat box things that you feel are important, things that you need must be highlighted based on your listening or watching this video. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and here we go.
Hey, how's it going? This is our first live video.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and here. It's playing. It's not playing. It's paused. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me check. Just let me check. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute and I will share that screen with you. Yeah.
Work close to each other. It facilitates. Hey, how's it going? This is our first live video that we're taking at Facebook headquarters. I wanted to try this out before our town hall Q&A tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, where we're going to have people flying in from all around the world and asking questions about whatever people are interested in the community. So that'll be a fun chance for me to hear from people in our community and be able to talk to them and answer questions directly. So here what we have is, this is our headquarters. This is Facebook's office. We just moved in here about a couple of months ago at this point, and the thing that's notable about it is it's just this massive open floor plan. So here we can pan around and you can check it out, but basically just for as long as you can see, people we work out in the open at desks, and the whole idea here is that by having an open floor plan where people work close to each other, it facilitates people sharing and communicating about what they're doing, which enables better collaboration, which we think is key to building the best services for our community. So we've worked like this for a long time, and it's been a pretty core way for how we do what we do here at Facebook. So here, I'm gonna take you on a quick tour. So this is actually my desk right here. It's, everyone has a desk, even the people who are running the company. There's no kind of special offices or anything like that. Here's mine. I just have a bunch of books here. This is the book that I was just reading for my Year of Books challenge. Look over here. So this is the conference room that I actually spend a lot of my time in when I have meetings at Facebook. So here, let's come on in. At Facebook, no one has offices, right? So I don't work in the office. This isn't where I spend most of my time when I'm at my computer. But I do have a conference room for all the meetings that I do when people come in from outside and I get a chance to talk to them, or for internally when I'm reviewing products or talking to people about what we should be building here. And one of the things that you'll probably notice is that it's all glass. And the reason for this, again, is just that we want to create this very open and transparent culture in our company where everyone can see what everyone else is working on. People can walk by and see the type of stuff that I'm working on or who I'm meeting with. And we think that this facilitates this very open and transparent culture, which again enables us to do our best work. So, that's it. That's our quick tour for today. That's what I wanted to show in our first live video, Facebook headquarters. Tomorrow morning, if you want, tune in at 11:30 a.m.
So I'm going to play it again for you. Only 3 or 4 of you have posted. Now I'll play it again. Listen carefully and post in the chat box words, phrases, ideas that you think are important based on your listening.
Town hall Q&A.
Quick.
I looked a little bit at the thread. There's some pretty interesting and hard questions.
Yes,
how's it going?
Here we go.
This is our first live video that we're taking at Facebook headquarters. I wanted to try this out before our town hall Q&A tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, where we're going to have people flying in from all around the world and asking questions about whatever people are interested in the community. So that'll be a fun chance for me to hear from people in our community and be able to talk to them and answer questions directly. So here what we have is, this is our headquarters. This is Facebook's office. We just moved in here about a couple of months ago at this point, and the thing that's notable about it is it's just this massive open floor plan. So here we can pan around and you can check it out, but basically just for as long as you can see, people we work out in the open at desks, and the whole idea here is that by having an open floor plan where people work close to each other, it facilitates people sharing and communicating about what they're doing, which enables better collaboration, which we think is key to building the best services for our community. So we've worked like this for a long time, and it's been a pretty core way for how we do what we do here at Facebook. So here, I'm gonna take you on a quick tour. So this is actually my desk right here. Everyone has a desk, even the people who are running the company. There's no kind of special offices or anything like that. Here's mine. I just have a bunch of books here. This is the book that I was just reading for my Year of Books challenge. I have all kinds of other stuff. Here's something that actually someone on our laser communications team wrote. This is his textbook. Here's just a bunch of interesting stuff. I mean, the folks who designed our updated logo, printed one out of wood. We have a model of a satellite that we're working on, and here's a model of the airplane that is going to be able to beam down internet access that we're working on. So all kinds of cool stuff here. Here, let's look over here. So this is the conference room that I actually spend a lot of my time in when I have meetings at Facebook. So here, let's come on in. At Facebook, no one has offices, right? So I don't work in the office. This isn't where I spend most of my time when I'm at my computer. But I do have a conference room for all the meetings that that I do when people come in from outside and I get a chance to talk to them, or for internally when I'm reviewing products or talking to people about what we should be building here. And one of the things that you'll probably notice is that it's all glass. And the reason for this, again, is just that we want to create this very open and transparent culture in our company where everyone can see what everyone else is working on. People can walk by and see the type of stuff that I'm working on or who I'm meeting with. And we think that this facilitates this very open and transparent culture, which again enables us to do our best work. So, that's it. That's our quick tour for today. That's what I wanted to show in our first live video, Facebook headquarters. Tomorrow morning, if you want, tune in at 11:30 a.m. for our town hall.
So, give me a minute.
And comes in
Yeah. So that is note taking. Okay, where you take random notes. It's not official. It's not a document to be shared officially, not a legal document, but this is just for your own reference. Suppose I'm going to ask you questions. What kind of culture does Zuckerberg talk about? So you will say open and transparent culture, because not that you can memorize all that he said, but looking into your notes, you will be able to give me the answer. So that kind of reference you can do with note taking. Now we have done, I'm happy most of you have posted. Now we have looked into the study skills. That's the mind mapping, ray diagram, flow chart, web diagram, then the tree diagram, okay, then the note taking. So these 6 are for study skills and they are not testable. Your foundation question paper will not have questions on this, right? Okay, now let me go back to my screen sharing. Now it's going to be note making per se. Okay, just give me a minute. So here are the differences between note taking and note making. Note taking is not tested. Note making is tested. It is for 5 marks. Okay. So the video was played to help you understand how to take notes. Okay. Now we are going to see how to make notes. You cannot take notes when there is a question on making notes. Okay. Now let's look at this. The differences between note taking and note making. Note taking is not tested. Note making is tested. One is informal. The other one, note making, is formal. Note taking is random notes. Note making is structured notes. You have a specific format for making notes. Connections between ideas are unclear because they are written at random. Here in note making, it will be very clear because they are structured. It's very visually appealing, note taking, because you can doodle, you can draw it, you can, draw a bubble and then fill it there, whatever, whichever way you feel like taking notes. But here, note making is not appealing because it is a structured format. Format is not important in note taking. Note making format is very, very, very important. It cannot be used as a legal document, whereas note making can be used as a document and filed for your documentation purposes. So we call it linear and non-linear also. Linear is note making, which is tested. Non-linear is the rest of the study skills. Flowchart map, it's very appealing, easy to add, not structured, no fixed format, is a rough note and can't be shared. Whereas here, note making is connections are clear. It's not very visually appealing. It's very difficult to add information later because they are documented. It is structured and it has a proper format. Aim and purpose of note making. Why is this important? To develop students' abilities to study well, to read and comprehend, to check credibility, to summarize for future reference. These are the purposes. This is just for you to know and not that this will be tested for you. Okay. I mean, what is the aim and purpose of note making is not something that will be tested. Now, note making, look at the marks split up. Title and indenting is 1 mark. Don't worry about the technical term that's used here, indenting. I will come to that and give you an explanation on what it really means. Title and indenting is 1 mark. The key box is 1 mark. Content that is relevant to the text given, that's 1 mark. Summary is for 2 marks. Totally, it's for 5 marks. So note making carries 5 marks. What happens year after year with the candidates? They always think, oh, note making is a very, very difficult question, and therefore let me omit it. That's not the way. You know how it's a magic to score really well. Note making is not difficult at all because we don't have a fixed answer key to mark you right or wrong based on the points that you choose to write as points and subpoints. Okay, it's left to you, and therefore all answers are accepted, except that note making has got to be in a particular format that I will share with you. And of course, pick out main points and subpoints and sub-subpoints and put them in the proper format. You get full 5 marks, right? Now, to begin with, choosing a title is very important for note making. Just for that, you get 1 mark. So don't forget to write a good title. Now, how do we write titles? It cannot be more than 2 or 3 words. Advertisements, English advertisements can be of great help to you to give you an idea as to how to write titles. Can you recall good advertisements? For example, Nike, just do it. Okay. Think different is Apple. Apple's ad. Intel is core inside. I think I'm right. I have a few advertisements. Look at that. Think different is Apple. They are just 2 or 3 words, but they convey the best meaning. Okay. In an absolute world, then Colgate is breath strips. Just do it is Nike. So look, yeah, Sprite, it's clear. Yeah, the motto of companies, the vision and mission statements. Yeah. Life is good. This YG, what's that? Young and good, huh? You feel good. Yeah, there are plenty of advertisements that can lend themselves to for you to copy. You can remember some good health, good life. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a passage and I want you to write the title for this. I've given you a sample of how to pick advertisements. Now it's for you to write a title for this passage that I've given you. Yeah, Red Bull gives you wings. Panasonic, ideas for life. Yeah, there are plenty which are really good and which you can view. This is just to show you that this is the way you can fix titles. Okay. Now I've given you a passage. I'm not going to give you more than 5 minutes. Quickly read it, understand what the passage is about, and then fix the title. Post your title in the chat box. Quick. Yeah, Pramod. Dream big, win big. Yes. Quick. Now read this paragraph and post your titles. Quick. And I give you 5 minutes. Yeah, yes. And you have to believe me when I say all these titles will be accepted and you get your one full mark. Don't ever think, oh my God, note making is a difficult task and therefore I'm not going to write. Don't ever think of it that way. Any title that you give that is relevant and related to the text given, you get your one full mark. That's important. Please remember that you shall not omit note making, thinking that it's a difficult question. Okay, now let's move on. Now, I also will do another exercise with the same passage because you already read it. I want you to read this and write a summary of it. Now, how will you write a summary? Summary can only be 80 words for a big paragraph. Here the paragraph is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have only 11 sentences. So it can just be maybe 30 to 40 words. Your summary here, because this is a short passage, can be 30 to 40 words. So write a summary on this. You've given a title and then write a summary. I will show you what is a good summary writing, because summary carries 2 marks out of the 5 marks. Quick. And I will give you 5 minutes on that. I want all of you to post your answers. That's very, very important. Yeah, come on. You can post it in the chat box too, because I am expecting only 3 or 4 sentences, not more than that. Or if you have written it in your notebook, it's fine, but please post you've done. Quick, I'm waiting for you. You have 3 more minutes to go. Yeah, super. Okay, you've written your notebook, it's fine. But you don't have to write so many lines, right? Most of you have written many lines. Since this is a short passage, you can write only 3 lines. But in your examination, the paragraph will be bigger than this. It will run up to 500 to 600 words, and therefore you must write a minimum of 80 words. Okay, you must count the number of words. That's important. You must write a minimum of 80 words. That's important. And that's for 2 marks. Okay, now let's move on. Akshata, Aryan, Dimple, Ritu, Shakil, Aisha, Himanshu, Sarvesh, Akshata, Reshma, Srishti, Yash, Manmohan, Shruti, Shweta, Bharat, Meghna, Himanshu. Yeah. So you have posted. That's only 9 of you. I want more of you to post. Quick. And I'll wait for a minute more. Yeah. Waiting for you. 80 marks. I said 80 words. Shweta. Shweta, did you get it? It's not 80 marks. It's 80 words. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on now. Now look at my summary. See if yours is so close to, see if yours is close to this. Aditya has written a lot of lines. Quick, done. Okay, now let me move on. Before this, I would like to show you how to write a summary. I think it's there. Yeah. Strategies to summarize. Okay. Almost same. Yes, Manmohan, that's very good. Strategies to summarize. How will you summarize? What are the tips and techniques to summarize? Find the main idea or central idea. Title can highlight what you need to write in your summary. First sentence of the text or first sentence of every paragraph will help you. Yeah, Dimple, you have to check for yourself whether you're okay. Okay. Now, what does most of the text talk about? That's something that you need to remember when you are writing a summary. General ideas will give you all-round meaning. Okay. Omit examples. For instance, for example, okay. Difficult words, don't panic. It is okay if you are able to understand the whole passage. It's okay if you are not able to understand 2 or 3 words that may be difficult or new for you. Proper nouns, not to worry, ignore them because they may be difficult and they may be different also. Work out the meaning of words from the context. So these are 9 strategies that can help you summarize really well. Find the main idea or the central idea of the passage. The title can highlight and let you know what the whole text is about. First sentence of the text or of every paragraph will help you understand what the whole passage is about. What does most of the text talk about? That is important for you to write a summary. General ideas will give you all-round meaning. Omit examples. For instance, the as or like this kind of things, because the summary, you need not write all that. Difficult words, don't panic. Proper nouns, not to worry, ignore them. Work out the meaning of words from the context given. That will help you summarize really well. Okay. Now, I'm going to change this. Quickly post. I have shown you 9 strategies to summarize. Let me see how many of you can remember all of them. Quickly post in the chat box all the 9 strategies. Quick. I'm going to wait for you for 5 minutes. Quick. Post all the 9 strategies. One at a time. Very quickly. Yeah. Yes, Aisha, you're the first one. Quick. I've shown you 9 strategies. Let me see how many of you can get them all. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, super. Quick. Yeah, I'm waiting for 3 more minutes. Quick. Done? Okay, okay. Yeah, so now it's 12:03 and I'll give you 10 minutes for break. We come back at 12:13, okay? Yeah. Welcome back after the break. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go back to my screen share. Just give me a minute. Yeah, we are here. So strategies, let me show you because some of you have not written all of them. Yeah. We put it on slideshow. Yes. So this is just for you to recall and remember. Yeah. To recall and remember all these points so that you write a good summary. Okay. Yeah. So these are things that we did. Yeah. Note making. Yeah, we did title, we did indenting we didn't do. Let's see. Title is important. We just did this. We also did the summary. Okay. If we have time, we will do 2 or 3 more summaries. But now, what do we do if there are strange words? Words that you don't know. Okay. It's simple and quite easy. Don't be put off by difficult words, because in the whole passage, maybe there are only 3 or 4 which are difficult. So see that you are able to understand the meaning of the given word based on the context. Fix the word to the context. Guess or predict the meaning. Check for the meaning in the dictionary after you finish the exercise. That's when you're practicing, not during the exam. Okay. Okay. Guess the meaning of underlined words. This is trying to understand words based on context. Now I'm going to give you 5 minutes time. Read this and put up the meaning of the words that are underlined alone. Quick. Yes, you will write the meanings of the words, post the meanings of the words quickly here. So that don't look into the dictionary now. Just try to guess or predict the meaning, understand the meaning of the word based on the context. This is just to give you a practice. Okay? Quick. And I give you just 5 minutes. After you finish posting, I will give you the answers, which you can cross-check, which you will know whether you have guessed the meaning right. Quick, I'm expecting all of you to post your answers and don't look into the dictionary right now. I see only Shruti posting. Quick, the rest of you. And after 5 minutes, I will give you the answers. Yeah, you may not be sure of the answers, but I want you to guess the meaning and post it. Yeah. Okay, you have a minute more. Ready? Okay. Okay, now I'm going to give you the answers. So the first were China to pursue her dream, to follow or to chase. Nothing else. Okay. Uh, just before COVID-19 slammed aviation, brought aviation to a halt. Stopped. It could be stopped. It could be halted. It could be dangerous. Put a full stop. So that is slammed aviation. Aviation is the flight industry. Makeshift home is a temporary home. Okay. Is an influence with a twist. Influence is something to persuade, to make somebody do something. That is influence. Then horse is rough. Okay. Contagious is something that will spread. Your mood is contagious. The pandemic is contagious. Something that will spread. Enthusiastically is with all spirits. Eagerly. Okay. That's guessing the meaning based on the context. Now let's move on. How much grammar do we need for note making? Okay. In fact, for note making, there is very less grammar because it is okay to write in bullets. You don't have to worry about articles, prepositions, okay, or the auxiliaries kind of things. It's just easy. It's just like a WhatsApp message or an SMS where you don't type the full message with examples or as sentences or as anecdotes or stories. It's just an SMS or a WhatsApp language. Just the crux of the message in bullets, and that's note making. Let me repeat that. It is just like a WhatsApp or an SMS where you don't type the message in sentences or with examples, anecdotes, or stories. Just the crux of the message in bullets, and that is note making. I am sure all of you know how to do it. Therefore, it is easy. For example, dear friends, HCL Technologies is conducting interview for 12th standard students in Madurai this month, 29th and 30th. If selected, they will be taking the students for 1 year internship with a stipend of rupees 10,000 per month. After 1 year, they will be placed in the HCL company with starting salary, whatever. So there is less grammar and more content. You can still shorten it by saying HCL conducting interview for 12th standard. Venue Madurai, date 29th and 30th September. Benefits 1 year internship with 10,000 rupees stipend. They might be absorbed in the company too. So you see how these sentences are just straightforward sentences, not long winding sentences which runs to 3 or 4 lines, and only the main points. There are no examples, there are no, no words as grammar that will help, you to write this kind of a message. To say it in briefly, it's just an SMS or a WhatsApp language, but you'll have to write it in bullets in a structured format. Do you know what is indenting? Now here we come to indenting. Proper alignment of the message written is called indenting. Spacing of the written matter. You have to space it out. You should write away from the margin. Okay. Heading, subheadings, sub-subheadings, and points in bullets. No full sentences. This gives a structure, a process, and a visual picture. Now I'll show you a sample of what this indenting is. In note making, if you can do the indenting properly, you get full 5 marks. It's that easy. because what you write as main points or sub points or sub points depends on the reader's observation of the text. So anything that you write that is relevant to the text given, your answers are accepted. So don't ever think note making is a difficult exercise. Okay. Now, this is indenting. You see, the heading is away from the margin. The title of the topic is away from the margin. Then you have subheading. The subheading is also spaced away from the subheading so that you understand what they mean. Subheading again is spaced like this. The first heading is written away from the margin. Then the subheading is also written a little away from the heading. The subheading is again distanced like this. Same way. Then you go back to subheading 2. Subheading 2 and subheading 1 should be aligned in the same order or the row. Then you have this subheading away from the subheading. Now, this is called indenting. Indenting is important, and then you also have the key box that is important. The key box carries 1 mark. Now, let me go back to the split up I told you in the beginning. Title and indentation carries 1 mark. Okay. Then the key box carries 1 mark. The summary carries 2 marks. So that is 1 plus 1 plus 2. That makes it 4. 1 mark for the relevance of the point that you have written. So that makes it 5 marks. It's just easy, and all of you will score if you can just do the indenting properly and write the points relevant to the text given. Now I give you 5 minutes time. Should be easy. 5 minutes. Yeah, Shruti, it is zigzag. I give you 5 minutes time. It's a short passage because your exam paper will have a longer passage. Okay. So indent this text. That is, give it a title, write subpoints, write subpoints, number them properly. I'll go back to this. Like this, you will number subpoints, subpoints. Okay. Your study material gives you 2 types of format. It's okay for you to choose one which is comfortable. I always follow this kind of indenting. So it's easy. I write 1.1, 1.1.1, 1.2, AB, whatever. There is another way to write where you say 1 and then you mark it as A and B. Whatever you follow it the same way throughout consistently. That's important. Okay. Now, 5 minutes. Now it's 12:30. I give you time till 12:35. Explain at some examples. I've shown you the indenting, right? This is the image. Now do the indenting with this text given to you. Quick. Write it in your notebook. It may be difficult for you to post it in the chat box. And once you're done, post done, then I will show you my answer so that you can check. Yeah, you have 2 more minutes to go. I want all of you to write. Only if you write, you will know where you make mistakes. That will be a good practice. Done? Super. Yeah, I'll wait for 2 more minutes. Quick. Yeah, you have a minute more, and I want to see all of you having done the exercise. Quick. Yeah, done. Let me see if I have the answer to this. Oh, no. Yeah, the answer is here. Is this the one? No. Okay, this one I don't have. So I'm going to give you another 5 minutes to do this exercise. Here is a text. Give it a title and indent this text. Okay? Quick. I'm going to give you another 6 minutes. You want to see the sample? This is the way you have to indent. The key box you don't have to do now because I will do it in detail after this. First, learn to give the title and write it in the format. Okay, ready? Yeah. Quick. I'm going to wait 5 minutes. Quick. Yes, summary is after note making. I brought it forward because I had the slide in the front and therefore I did it first. But that's only after note making. Yeah. Okay. Only 4 have posted. I'll wait for 2 more minutes. Quick. Come on fast. I'm waiting for you. Done? Oh, you have 1 more minute. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Just say you've done if you've written it in your notebook. Yeah, quick. Okay, now I'm giving you the answer. Just see how close you are to the answer. Check whether you've written it the same way. See what's the difference and change things if it's not the same. Okay, here it goes. Of course, I haven't asked you to write the key, so you don't have to worry about that. But look at the indenting. Maybe you can post in the chat box to say whether you're very close to it, whether it's exactly the same way or it's totally different. And there are just 1 or 2 things that are different. Remember, the main points, sub points can be different for you as long as they are from the text. So don't worry about that. You will still get your full marks if you do it. Yeah, Pramod, write in your notebook because you cannot write main point and sub point here in this. You can't indent really. Okay. So write it in your notebook and post done if you've finished. And check if you have written it the same way. Done? Exactly same way, Akshata, very good. 1 and 2 are different. It's okay if they are different as long as you have the spacing done properly. Okay. Okay, now let me move on. I'm not going to give you another exercise. Now let's go on to the key. How would you fix the key? Now, what do these symbols mean? These symbols have been picked from your laptop, your keyboard. Okay. So you just look at these and see if you know all of them. Manish got Bharat. Okay. Very good that you have written it the same way. Words are different is okay, Shweta. That's okay. Now look at these symbols. See if you know all of them. And I'll wait for a minute. Okay. These are from your keyboard, from your laptop or the mobile keyboard. They're not different. Okay. Now, so these symbols mean this. Now, why am I showing you this? You can use, if the text does not help you with any abbreviation or acronym, you can use these symbols and put that in the key box. Say, for example, hashtag you can use, at you can use, is equal to you can use, because the rest of it is all very common and they may not accept it. Okay. Yeah. So now look at these acronyms. What are acronyms? They are an abbreviation formed from the initial letters of other words. So I'm not going to tell you what these are. See if you know all of them. You can post. I'll give you 5 minutes. You have 10. I'll give you 5 minutes to post and I'll wait for you. Okay. See if you are able to decipher all of them. Now, this is acronyms. Quick. And I'll show you the answers once the 5 minutes are over. But I want you to write it down so that you remember. You can use these in your indenting when you write your points. But you must remember to put this in the key box and give the elaboration, right? Yeah, you can guess, but you can also check your answer once I show. Okay. You write it in your notebooks so that you are able to correct it. Yeah, you're right. Don't ask me. Don't put a question mark now. I will show you the answers once you're done. I'm giving you 1 more minute. Quick. See, I could just run through these things and say, okay, you will know anyway all these things. No, you will not have enough time to look into, these details once the exam is near. So it's good for you to do it now. Done? Yeah, I'm waiting for others to finish and I give you 1 more minute. Done? Okay, now we move on. Now look at the answers. See if you've got them all right. If you haven't, check what's not okay. If you don't know, learn it now. If you know it, it's good for you. Just remember that you must put these in your key box if you have used them in the bullets. Okay? Done? Okay, I'll move on. Abbreviations. So abbreviations, acronyms, symbols are used in order to save time and space. Makes it easier to read and comprehend. Abbreviations are shortened forms of a word. For example, government, important, maximum. Acronyms are the first letter of every word. Say, for example, NASA, UNICEF. Okay. Symbols are these. There must be a minimum of 3 or 4 abbreviations for a given text. So in your examination, you must have 3 or 4 abbreviations and you must put them in a box. Now, let me tell you, what if the text does not have or does not lend for any abbreviation? What do we do? Then you pick up words from the text, say 1 or 2 words. Don't write more than 3. It will be a waste of time. Okay. Pick up 1 or 2 words, pick up 1 or 2 symbols and put them in a key box and write their expansion. So abbreviations, how do you make? For example, government, example, e.g. dot, important dot, maximum dot, additional dot, ADDL dot, delivery, DEL dot. So you can make up your own abbreviation and you will be right as long as you can write the expansion in the key box. So let me give you the breakup again because that's very important. For note making, title and indenting, 1 mark. The format, 1 mark. The content that's related to the text given, that is 1 mark. So that makes it 3 marks and 2 marks for summary. Yeah, education, edu. Yeah, it's right. Yes, that's how you make a abbreviation. Now look at contractions. You can also contract. So that's what we've said just now. These are a few examples of contractions. How you can shorten the word and put a full stop and say, look, this is a shortened form. You see, captain, company, colonel, discount, especially, figure, honor, honorary, inch, lab, library, reverend, science, September, signature, society, technical, telegram, telephone, university. So these are examples to let you know that you can use shortened forms of the words to put it in your key box, to use them in your notes. What is important is write the expansion in the key box. Yeah, it is not necessary you must use all of them. Say acronyms, abbreviations, symbols, contractions, not all of them. Totally see that you write just 3. Not more than that, not less than that. You can choose to write whichever, maybe symbols, maybe acronyms, maybe abbreviations, whatever. Just 3, because you will waste your time writing more numbers. Okay. Now, okay. No, now we have just 1 more minute. I will wait for 2 minutes. If you have any doubts, post them now. Now I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to stop sharing. Ask me questions or ask me doubts if you have. I'm waiting for you. You can post it in the chat box very quickly. If you have no doubts, say that too. Say that it's been very clear. Quick. Come on fast. So tomorrow we will work out a few question papers so that you have a hang of how to go about doing note making. And as I said earlier, don't ever think note making is a difficult task. It's just easy and 5 marks are guaranteed. See that you attempt it. I'm sure you will write it the right way. Use of key box, because the person who reads may not know the contracted form. So you put it in the key box with the expansion. Okay. Ritu, which type of questions? Questions will be, they'll give you a passage, a reading passage, and ask you to make notes. So when they say make notes, you have to give the title. They will not say give a title. Okay. So you have to give the title, indent it, put a key box, and then write the summary. Then you get your 5 marks. Yeah, you will write one answer. I'll give you we'll do the question paper so that you know how big the passage will be. Because what I gave here was a short passage. So I don't want you to get carried away by the short one. Mark distribution, title and indenting is 1 mark. Key box is 1 mark. The content is 1 mark, 3 marks. That's the bullets that you write in. 2 marks for summary. So that's 3 plus 2, 5 marks. Context after the keywords. Keywords are in a box. The content is in bullets. Summary structure is just a paragraph. Yeah, you can expand. Yes, Samina, you can expand the points that you write. Context, you have to make up the context. You write the context in bullets. No examples, no analogies. Yeah, we will write one full answer. Note making, I am repeatedly telling you, note making is not a difficult question at all. You are sure to hit a miss. I mean, hit a 5 if you even just attempt it. The format is important. You get your 5. Okay. Now, indent and format are one and the same. Yes. Because indenting, you must know how to write it. Formatting is also the same. Now, we have 7 more minutes to go, and I'm going to wait for your feedback. What do you say in your feedback? How clear the lesson was? What will you learn? What did you learn? What will you remember? If you will share it with your friends, what did you like? Whether you liked it, what did you like? So these are things that you will give us feedback. Quick. and I'm going to wait for you. Five marks is a sure shot if you can attempt note making. Just the format is important for you to remember. The key box is important for you to remember, and you get your 5. Quick, and I want to see everybody post your comments because, yeah, it's just that your feedback gives us the correct reflection so that we know whether we can do it the same way or whether we have to tailor it. Okay, so please post your feedback. That's important. Now, what do you post in your feedback? What did you learn? What will you remember? Whether you will share it with your friends? What did you like? How interesting it was? Yes, this is a very scoring question, so see that you don't miss it. I'm waiting for all of you to post your feedback. That's important for me. That's a way to say thank you too. Quick. What context? There are a few passages that you can work with, Aditya. The study material has passages that you can work with. Okay. Context is not given. What context? That's the passage is the context, right? Aditya, passage is the context. Yeah, thank you, Nihal. What textbook context? Aditya, how many times? Yeah, note making is something that you do at school too. But I'm sure some of you think it's difficult and therefore many candidates omit it. Yes, for a key, you must make a box. That's important. Yeah, Shruti, that's very good because when I ask for your feedback, I just don't want you to say, oh, it was good. It was crystal clear. That's not a feedback. You have to give it a detailed version so that I know that you have really learned well. Okay. My next class is on, today is Wednesday, Friday. Quick. Remember the format and that's about it. Note making is not a difficult question at all. Yes, Umar, I like the way you have said it. Thank you, Himanshu. Yeah. Yeah, and let's meet on Friday next. Friday is 16. Yeah, Friday is 16. Title and indenting both combined together is 1 mark. There is no half a mark in the marking. Either you get 1 or 0. So you have to be careful. You have to do both. Okay, see you on Friday the 16th and bye-bye. Akash?